late. I know it's late. Let me see who's on. Hey, cousin. Hey. I'm trying to wait just a minute. I have a few things to say. Hey, beauty, Masonia. Um, it's been a year. I missed you guys too. I'm sorry, Barb. Um, it's been a year that I have been talking about Newsom Williams. His wife was even on my show. I've been in close contact with Catherine Hansen from HIV Law and Policy. Um, I speak to Newsom on the phone. Lately, these last few weeks or so, it's been more often than usual. I think people need to understand that there are bigger issues when it comes to HIV. And I sit in the background and I'm so frustrated because this man, let me explain. You have a young man who mother used drugs. He never had a chance in life. When I spoke to him earlier today, we spoke about his childhood. And he remembers at 9 and 10 years old how he lived at his grandmother's. And he used to sneak out and open up the door to see if his mother was sleeping in the stairwell because she was on drugs. He never had a chance. And I don't think people realize a lot of us, who live in a Black community that struggle with a parent that's on drugs, and we're not guided in the way that we need to go. We're not taught certain things that other children are taught because of the way that we were raised, or because the way of what happened to our parents. He never had a chance. His life was always about struggle. He became a teenager and sold drugs and robbed people, and he didn't have a chance. In the Black community, and I don't know if any of you guys know this, but I'm gonna explain something in the Black community. In the Black community, because this happened when I was growing up, you have men and girls. And there were so many teenagers dating older men that were selling drugs. And these men were dropping these girls off at school. Their mothers knew about it. Nobody said a word, and they knew that these guys were sleeping with these young teenage girls. But in the Black community, it's like it's no big deal because we see it every single day happening. This young man, Newsom Williams, didn't rape anyone, okay? They called it statutory rape because he had sex with someone that was from some years younger than him. But he didn't rape her. I'm not trying to justify what he did, but it was consensual. My issue is he did his time. He did his time. Why is this man still locked up? Why? And why is there no advocates out there speaking for this man? He's going to die in there because of his HIV status. They took him out of prison and put him in civil confinement. Because he is diagnosed with HIV. And I always think to myself, all of us need to think this. It could be us. It could be us that can be convicted for HIV criminalization. I don't believe in HIV criminalization. Maybe you guys do, but I don't. And it's not just because of Newsom Williams. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in HIV criminalization. It ruins a lot of people's lives. There's a lot of people's lives that have gotten ruined because of lies on HIV criminalization. Many people have come to this man and act like they wanted to help, and then they twist his story around and print it. So they just keep going over and over again, making this man look bad. He was called a monster. He's not a monster. He's not a monster. He's a genuine person who never had a chance from the time he was a little kid. He never had a chance. And then they take him and they put him behind bars, and everything got twisted up, and he's still in there, and he's almost 40 years old. Do you know what he's doing while he's in there? He's reading. He's taking classes to be a paralegal. He told me he is trying to keep his mind sane so he can get through it, because he knows one day he's going to be out of there. How many people do you know that can stay that sane? And the reason why I say that is because his struggles as a child taught him to stay strong. And this is why this man is still mentally sane. He just needs our voices. He needs our support. 20 years. Not one person has supported this man. And he living with the same thing we live with. The same thing. They took his meds away. He didn't have them for 3 years. Once he got his meds back, his T-cell count was 50. His T-cell count was 50. They was trying to kill him. I just need people to understand why I'm so frustrated when it comes to this young man. A lot of people rear away from it because of the reason why he went to prison. But I'm going to keep saying the same thing. He did his time, just like anybody else does their time. Hell, a child molester does less time than this man. Less time. And then they get out and they reoffend and they go back and they let them back out again to go molest another child. But this man doesn't even have a chance because nobody is speaking for him. And I'm sorry I'm so angry. But it's my frustration because I speak to him often. I speak to Catherine Hansen. And there's no support. Not even a little bit. And if it wasn't for him marrying and having a wife, he probably really wouldn't have kept staying. So for him being married and having a wife, it kept him sane. It's not fair. Mass incarceration for blacks have been going on for years. And I bet you if we took someone else and put them in that same predicament, they probably would be out now. But because this case was blown up in New York and it was so public, there's no way they're going to let him out because it's going to make them look bad. If you are in support of Newsound Williams, I need to know this. Brian Jones needs to know this. Catherine Hansen from HIV Law and Policy needs to know this. Inbox me, please, because I need to get a count of the people that are actually really in support of Newsound Williams. We're going to have a conference call. I don't know if it's going to be this week or next week. And just explain some things to you guys and answer questions that you may have and that we can answer. So do that for me. And please remember there's bigger issues, you know. We advocate to make a change. We advocate to make a difference. And this man needs our support. Again, I don't care what he went in there for. I don't care. I care that he's going to die in a place he doesn't need to be because he has HIV. He did his time. He did his time. It's time for him to get out of there. He's almost 40 years old. He's been there since he was 18, 19. And us coming together can fix this for this young man. We can fix this. So if you are support of Newtown Williams, please inbox me and let me know. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. Sometimes people are afraid to say certain things because they're afraid how it's going to make them look. And I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry you don't want to speak up and use your voice to help someone like him. But I am. If people want to block me or unfriend me, then that's fine. But when I believe in something and I know the truth behind it, I don't leave it alone. So if you are in support, please message me. That's all I ask. So happy day. I know it don't seem like it, but happy day to all you guys. Thank you for watching the video. I love you so much, but we have to support this man. And I've been saying this on my post constantly. I am my brother and my sister's keeper. I am my brother and my sister's keeper every day, all day, no matter who it is. I am my brother and my sister's keeper. I love you guys. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for your advocacy. And if you don't join us on this, it's okay. You know, it's okay. We all have our differences, and it's okay. But I just thought I'd make this video because I'm just so aggravated about the whole thing and listening to him on the phone and his childhood and how he grew up. So he never had a chance from the beginning. He never had a chance. So happy day. And everybody, you guys have a good night. Thank you for watching. I love you.